Hi, hello. I'm Micah or Mr. Catlion. It's February. When was it so late in February? At the beginning of the year, I had the idea that I wanted to make more vlogs and I wanted to make more content. And one of the ideas was that every month I was going to make sort of a vlog just going over everything that I worked on and then also reassessing the goals based on how much I got done and like, are things going well or are they not? And oh boy, we're not off to a good start. When I recorded the first video for January, I was sick, and then a bunch of work stuff was a little bit more taxing than I expected, and so I didn't have a lot of energy after work. And then also at the very end of January, I had a family thing where I was not at my drying tablet for what was supposed to be 4 days, and then it became a week on accident. And at first I was trying to look at it as sort of like a way, like 4 days to refresh and sort of get a break away from drawing constantly and see if that really helps. And then after it became a week, I came back to my apartment and I subsequently spent the next 24 hours drawing 11 pages of a mini comic. Something is wrong with me. But on that's one of the projects that I'm trying to keep track of, and that's my webcomic Venomous Triangle. I am currently halfway through Chapter 2. Chapter 1 is being published on Webtoons and Tapastic, and the ending should be published by the time this goes out. The biggest thing I'm learning is that I wanted to try and have all of the pages posting simultaneously between Tapastic and Webtoons, and then also Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. And I tried to use a social media calendar to keep track of everything, and I planned it all out. Somehow it got really messed up, especially on Instagram, mostly because I didn't realize that Instagram I was posting panel by panel, and a lot of the pages were really long, and so posting every week I got super behind. I spent the last week trying to catch up and calling the lightning round. It is definitely an experience, and I am going to be going back to the drawing board on how to handle that social media calendar. On to other projects though. Another big project that I had is that I wanted to work on my portfolio, and I had sort of a practice project where I was trying to go as absolutely lean as possible, make it so easy like a baby could do it, to try and get myself to actually work on it, and I did not fully succeed. The most ironic thing is that the whole project itself is supposed to be like a task manager app. One side is supposed to be super minimal, bare bones task manager, and then the other side is supposed to have a bunch of sort of like color and styling and animations and a little mascot character that you can sort of body double work with as you're getting your tasks done. I have a lot of the styling planned out in Figma and some of the assets. I also have a lot of sketches of how I want the mascot to look. At this point, mostly I'm trying to get myself to be a little bit more amped up on researching how to actually build it and also exploring how to implement some animation. But there is an elephant in the room, and that's that I had an animated film that I had wanted to finish last year that I mentioned in last month's video. And did I finish it? I have one more shot to finish. I had the plan to finish it when I was doing my family thing that was going to be 4 days and turned into a week. Did I do it? I didn't. I don't know if it's just the anxiety of it being the final scene in general, or if it's knowing that once it's done, I have to transition into the next stage of production, and that's editing. But I really want to get it done because I have other animation projects that I want to do, and I don't want to start them until this one is done, and it's so close to being done, and it's really stupid of me. And so I'm going to try and prioritize to get it done at least like this week, if not by the end of February. I think it's also hard because I remember I had this project idea when I was in a really low place, and the whole thing is kind of about emptiness, and just knowing that kind of just makes it hard to get jazzed about it. But also I'm kind of getting to that low place again, so I'm like identifying it with again more, so it's just kind of a weird project in itself, but I'm gonna do my best to get it done. There was one more project that I started in January that I did not intend, but it's not an art project, and that one is I am trying to work on starting a newsletter. It has the single purpose of just containing all the things that I like every week that I find online. That's its only purpose. I've had thoughts about doing a newsletter for a very long time, but every time that I've tried it, it just is very like business-like, and I didn't really jive with that. I just had a time where I was really sad, and I was reading all these articles about how algorithms are being used, and I don't know, I felt helpless, and I'm trying to try and find ways to be able to connect online that aren't through like very social media. All I could really think of is make a newsletter and just talk about things that are nice. There's no pay incentive. But yeah, I just started every week collecting all the things that I really like, whether it was like Twitter or YouTube or sometimes just like music. If I cooked a recipe, I tried to grab the recipe. I find a lot of recipes online. I tried to grab the recipe and put it in there. It's kind of like a gratitude journal, but I'm making it everybody's problem. I've mostly just been trying to get into the habit of collecting things that I like and like the ritual of putting them all somewhere. I'm probably going to put it on Substack when I'm ready to start. But yeah, that was kind of a look at January. February so far has been kicking my ass. I'm not super optimistic about hitting all the goals that I just set, but who knows? I'm always open to surprises, even if I'm just surprising myself. There's my update. Happy February. Please take care of yourself and give yourself any of the support that you need to get through the day. If that's a nap halfway through, give that to yourself. If that's a bowl of ice cream, oh my gosh, eat that bowl of ice cream. If that's like doing a little stretch so that your back doesn't hurt that much, stretch those arms high into the sky, reach for the stars. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in March, and not like halfway through March, actually in March. But yeah, thank you for watching. Let's survive. Take care.